Welcome to today's deep dive. Usually, when you sit down at a high-stakes poker table, there's a mutual understanding, right? You bluff, you raise, you fold. But nobody actually threatens to burn down the entire casino.
Right, yeah, because if the casino burns down, everybody loses. And today we're looking at an excerpt from a Midas Touch YouTube interview featuring political commentator Brian Tyler Cohen.
Yeah, and right off the bat, we need to put out a crucial disclaimer here. The source material contains highly politically charged perspective, so we want to make it explicitly clear that we are just impartially unpacking these original viewpoints. We aren't endorsing them or, taking sides.
Exactly. Our mission today is just to dissect the arguments presented in the video regarding political power dynamics and the influence of asymmetrical media ecosystems.
So to start us off, Cohen brings up a literal, burn the casino down moment. He talks about an inciting incident where Donald Trump allegedly posted that a whole civilization will die tonight in regards to Iran.
Yeah, and the video details how the real-world fallout from that post was immediate. Iran threatened to light the Middle East on fire, and they actually halted back-channel communications they had been running through Pakistan.
Oh, wow.
All of this was happening while Axios was reporting that ceasefire negotiations were still actively ongoing.
That rhetoric is just so extreme. And the video claims it even prompted staunch allies to react, right? Like Tucker Carlson and Marjorie Taylor Greene were reportedly floating the 25th Amendment.
Yeah, floating the 25th Amendment to remove him from office. That's how far beyond the pale the source claims this was.
It really makes you wonder if it's like that poker player who feels cornered with a weak hand, so they just threaten to burn down the entire casino rather than fold.
It definitely operates as a massive distraction, but it forces a structural question, how does a political party handle a leader employing this burn the casino strategy?
Which brings us to Cohen's book, The Day After, right? That gets discussed in the video.
Right. And the source's core thesis here is that Republicans utilize raw power without hesitation. Democrats, conversely, let minor procedural hurdles stop them from achieving their policy goals.
Like the filibuster.
Exactly, the legislative filibuster, or, deferring to the Senate parliamentarian, which is basically an unelected rule keeper. Cohen argues Democrats just let these minor bumps stop everything.
But hold on, let me push back on that a little bit. The source suggests Democrats should adopt this kind of stop-at-nothing political will in a virtuous way. But isn't wielding unbridled power inherently dangerous to democratic guardrails, regardless of who's doing it?
That is a very fair point, and that tension is central to the discussion. He essentially treats political will as just a tool, contrasting the push for policy goals with using that power to threaten global stability.
But if threatening global stability is such a huge vulnerability, how do these politicians maintain public support and survive the backlash?
Well, the source blames media asymmetry. They unpack examples of how right-wing media doesn't just spin stories, it actively normalizes extreme situations.
Right, like the Easter Bunny example.
Yeah. Fox News' Jesse Waters turned it into a total joke. Because Trump made these massive threats while standing next to an Easter Bunny, Waters just laughed and called him a war bunny.
So they completely deflect from a serious threat by focusing on the absurdity.
Pretty much. And then you have Megyn Kelly allegedly stating she'd vote Republican even if Trump literally nuked a country.
Wait, really? Nuked a country?
That's the claim in the video, yeah. And when you contrast that with past media priorities.
Like CNN treating Obama chewing gum as a serious national headline.
Exactly. It's a total shift. It creates this ecosystem where extreme actions are shielded.
So the core takeaway here is that the source argues a unified political will, backed by a defensive media ecosystem, basically allows politicians to act with impunity.
That's the crux of it. And this matters directly to you listening right now because these highly asymmetrical media ecosystems are actively fighting to construct your daily reality. They're shaping your worldview.
Which leaves us with a really provocative thought. If independent progressive media successfully adopts the exact same aggressive partisan playbook to counter the right...
The source advocates for, yeah.
Right, as the source advocates. Does objective, neutral journalism simply cease to exist in our future? Are we all just going to be sitting in the casino watching everyone pass out matches? Definitely something to haul over.